Here now, an echo of a future that might have been, a moment where the Chosen One awakened not to the call of darkness, but to the truth. For even the Sith must respect destiny, and in this telling, Skywalker does not fall. He ascends. When Anakin Skywalker entered the Chancellor's private chambers, he carried more than fear. He carried a prophecy, half understood, half remembered, and twisted by whispered promises. For months, a shadow had wrapped itself around his mind, a whisper of death approaching Padme Amidala, a vision he could neither halt nor escape, a vision that drove him into the waiting arms of Darth Sidious. But in this moment, as Windu pressed the Dark Lord to the edge, a clarity burned through Anakin's fogged thoughts. The Force, that primordial sea of truth, pulled back its veil, and Skywalker saw. He saw the pattern of manipulation. He saw the hand behind the visions. Not fate, not the will of the Force, but Sidious himself. The Sith Lord had pierced the young Jedi's subconscious, feeding him nightmares, designs crafted to erode his trust, weaken his will, and bind him to a future of chains. It was not destiny that haunted Anakin in his sleep. It was the Chancellor. It was Sidious. And in that instant, fear evaporated, replaced by something the Sith rarely anticipate. Resolve. Sidious called to him, a serpent promising salvation through darkness, pleading for betrayal, demanding allegiance. But power, true power, cannot be seized through lies. It must be claimed through clarity. Anakin stepped forward, not as an apprentice seeking guidance, but as the Chosen One, accepting truth. "No," he whispered, and the word carried the weight of 1,000 futures. He did not raise his blade against Windu. He raised it against Sidious. The Sith Lord's eyes widened, for he had foreseen victory, not defiance. He had counted on fear, but found strength. And Skywalker, freed from the phantom of Padme's death, saw darkness for what it was. The clash that followed shook more than the office walls. It shook the currents of the Force itself. Mace Windu fought with the precision of Varpad, a master whose every strike channeled darkness back upon itself. But Anakin, for the first time in his life, did not hold back. He ceased fearing his power. He ceased running from the prophecy. He embraced the life the Force had shaped within him. His blade ignited, a beacon of blue defying the red storm before him. Sidious unleashed a torrent of hatred, lightning that bent the air, screamed against the glass, and clawed at destiny itself. But Anakin met it, not with fear, not with confusion, but with will. The lightning bent around him, arcing harmlessly aside, as if the Force itself redirected the torrent. The Chosen One stood unmoved. With Windu pressing from the front and Anakin from the flank, Sidious could no longer twist the duel's flow. Varpad fed on his fury. Anakin's clarity shattered his predictions. The Sith Lord's final scream was not of pain, but of disbelief, for the future he had woven unraveled in the span of a heartbeat. When Sidious fell, the galaxy held its breath. Windu turned, expecting fear, expecting remorse, expecting excuses. Instead, he saw serenity in the young Jedi's eyes. Anakin spoke with a calm that disturbed even the seasoned master. "The Force has been speaking to me. The visions were never its will." He confessed the truth, the manipulation, the nightmares, the lies whispered in the dark. Mace Windu's expression shifted, not to judgment, but understanding. For the Council had failed him. The Order had mistrusted him, and Sidious had seized upon their weakness. But destiny had corrected itself, for the Chosen One had chosen well. News of Sidious's death echoed through the Senate that very night. The Clone Wars trembled, its puppeteer severed, its finale disrupted. The Jedi uncovered recordings, plots, orders, blueprints of a galaxy under eternal night. Order 66, the blade meant to destroy an entire generation, dissolved before it could be uttered, and Anakin Skywalker, freed from the grip of imagined tragedy, returned to Padme not as a man doomed by fear, but as the guardian the prophecy intended. The dark side had not been his salvation. It had been the threat. The true path to saving those he loved was not power gained through suffering, but clarity gained through truth. And so, whispers the holocron, the greatest Sith Lord never born became the Jedi he was always meant to be. For destiny does not hinge upon power, but upon the moment one decides who they truly are. Skywalker chose light, and in doing so, he became unstoppable.